So, guys, I believe that everybody's put into your life for a reason. Vanessa
Mm,
is one of those
mm,
few ladies who has been with Labante from the get go. She supported us in 2018, 2019 with one of our first collections.
yes,
And
yes.
just to see her journey, the way she's progressed, and the way she does things that is completely at a different level. So I invited her to join us on a live so that I hope everybody benefits from this conversation. And the energy
So,
Vanessa brings to the table is just amazing. So welcome, Vanessa.
thank you so much. You're so sweet. That's beautiful that you say those things about me. Um, I mean, I'm honored to be here because I know I've been working with you guys, and it's important brand to me because you guys wants to change the world, and it's very easy to create from a place of comfort, right? But when you create with consciousness, when you create with intention and with love, with that intention to change the world and leave a beautiful footprints, that's something that takes even more effort, you know. So it's really like difficult sometimes when you try to build from that place.
Correct. And not only difficult, it
Yeah.
requires a shitload of courage.
Of course, a lot of courage, and also probably rejection, rejection,
Very normal.
and but I believe the good always win. The good always win, and that's the key word right there.
Yeah.
So we should always be doing the things from our hearts, and to bring positivity and to bring something in light to the world and to others.
I really like that. And I think that's what resonated. That's always that quality or your values have always resonated with mine. And which is why I believe we're so aligned. So let's dive right in into questions, okay? So
Yes.
you have this intense passion for dance. I mean, I go do my Latino dancing in Zumba class for 40 minutes, 5 times a week, but you've made it your life and you're doing such
Yes.
an awesome job of it.
Thank you.
How did you start off on this journey and how did you really know you wanted to make dance your life?
Wow. Well, that was my mom, honestly, and God. Like, my mom was a dancer, a professional dancer, and she had a studio. And so I grew up seeing my mom dancing and running a studio, dance studio. So from 5 years old, I started dancing. My mom taught me everything, all the basics, especially jazz, ballet. And then I went
Nice.
deeper in other styles. But my mom always was a mover, not only physically but also energetically. She was a powerful woman, and she told me that through movement we can have therapy and healing, and we can tell stories. So I fell in love with that and became my life. And from 5 years old, I started dancing, and then at 12, I started choreographing formally.
Wow.
And yeah, yeah, a very early age.
That is early. That is early.
Yes,
I
yeah,
really like, yeah, I really like what you said because you got into it so young. You knew what you wanted to do when you were a kid, really, essentially.
yeah, yes, yes. I think at some point in my life, I had like a little moment that I lost the vision, right? Because in the time, like I had a partner, I fell in love, and that moment, I think I got lost in the sauce. Let's say that. But I've never like doubt about what I wanted. The thing is, like my focus was in another situation, but then God is so good, brought me back to my vision, and He showed me um, why I was created for, my purpose. And He was like, no, you need to, I'm gonna, disturb the whole situation, and I'm gonna bring you back to your purpose. And I heard the call. So I was like, okay, let's get back to it, but this time seriously and stronger. So basically I danced all my life. In that little moment, I dedicate more to fitness, and gyms and all that side. And I left a little bit my choreographer side. That was like for a few years. And then I got back. And then that's why, I went to the United States to become the owner from Millennium. So
Right.
crazy.
Crazy. Very nice. Very nice.
Yeah.
I love how you speak about God. I love it. My
Mm.
faith is equally important to me. I love that you say that He gives you enough challenges because I went through one of your posts and I love the way you put it that God will only give you as many challenges as you can take. And I truly believe that. But you must have experienced it as well because you spoke with such determination. Tell me a little bit more about that part of your life.
God was always in my life. Um, Always. My mom told me that faith moves mountains, right? And that God is the only one that can give me whatever I want or can take whatever He wants from my life. She told me that He was, my source, or He is my source, and He will
Correct.
always be with me. He will never abandon me. So I grew up with faith in my house for sure, but through the years I explored. I was born, literally Catholic, and then from there, I didn't want to go to church that much and all that, and then I was like, okay, let's see if I'm not just going to church and I just keep my relationship with God, right? Because at the end of the day, that's what is important. But
Correct.
then I was ignorant a little bit yet, and then I started like exploring Vaishnava, culture and all that, and religion, and I figured out that was a lot of beautiful things there about faith and about principles and all that, but t- it still wasn't something that was convincing me 100%. I felt like I was in the wrong place, and then I became Christian and formally, and through my husband, which in that time wasn't my husband. We were working together, and I was his choreographer, and he started like this journey with God deep and deep and deep, and he went deep, and I got connected because of that with God more, and I started knowing God better. And in that moment, I was like, okay, I'm in the right place. I'm in
Yeah.
the right place. Like, I started knowing God in a different way, deeper way. It's crazy because, Vanita, sometimes we are so ignorant about faith and about God. Sometimes
Yes.
we feel like we know everything, and it's not like that. Basically, we don't know nothing, and we are, continuing learning. But when you read the Word of God, when you connect with God, when you talk with God, when you listen God, and when you want to connect with Him, there is something that awakes inside of you that makes you feel like more sensitive to His voice, and you started understanding more life in a very spiritual way and another level. And
Correct.
kind of you kind of you go out from the matrix of the material world, and then you get to see God in everything and everyone. And obviously it's tougher for you because you get more conscious and awake. So whatever you make a mistake, or you are not aligning with God's will, or you are, acting in the wrong way, you get to, feel even worse because you are like, I know this is not right, I know I should be behaving in this way because God loves love.
Correct.
God,
Correct.
yeah. So, but
So,
God has been my rock, no matter what type of seasons I had in my life.
yeah, I love that. I love that because I feel the same. I feel
Mm,
exactly the same. Um, so you are obviously you're living the passion as well. So,
yes,
Vanessa, you speak in one interview about literally cleaning houses, deciding not to ever do that again, and then becoming this dancer and choreographer version of you, which is all powerful and all consuming. I really want to know a little bit more about that vulnerable
Mm.
part of your journey. I want you to expand into that because it's not easy to speak about that in public or social media. I am so proud of you to put yourself out there. I am so proud of you, really.
Thank you so much for your kind words. Vanita, it's difficult, I'm telling you, because especially me, I don't like to put out my personal life too that much.
Yeah,
I'm kind of like I don't want like to show up like as if I'm perfect, right? But because I'm an artist, I love to show my artistry through the
correct.
character I am, right? So it literally, I'm living a movie of myself. But at the same time, I know God wants me to give testimony of my experiences because that's the way I accomplish my purpose through my art. So has been tough. I had like crazy journey in my life since I was very little. Um, my dad died at 12 years old, right? And after that, a lot of things, happened to my mom, in health and financially and all that. And then all the twists in my life as Vanessa. And then after that, I went to United States, and as you saw and as you heard, um, yeah, I had a season that was tough, and I was like literally like trying to get money just to maintain my business and just like push a little bit further and wait till my the doors of my business really open. So for the first time in my life, I cleaned houses, and I was like, there is a point in your life when you learn how to know yourself. It's like my mom always told me, you are meant to be successful. You're meant to be a powerful business woman. You are meant to be this star, this choreographer. And she was like, you don't belong to that type of jobs, not because the jobs are not decent, right? Because
Yeah,
every job, and that's it. No, it's not because of that. It's because she told me like, that's not for you. God made you in such a way to make your art and to accomplish your purpose through your art, right? You are good at that.
yeah,
So in that moment, those words came to me, and you start mastering your mind and your feelings because you are afraid, right? You are afraid to don't have money, to whatever happens, you are in this and unknown position. But then when you switch your mind and you said to yourself, 1 second, um, I can do everything. God says everything is possible. And when God says everything is everything, is there
correct.
is nothing exactly. So why I'm putting this limit in my head that I'm just need to clean the houses just to get the money that I know? No, God made me an artist. God made me a dancer, a professional dancer. I have years of experience. So I came to United States. He made me the path, possible to come to United States. So it's for a reason. So in that moment, I switched my mind and I picked just to believe that there is another reality for me, literally. And I just made the decision one day. I just said it. I said it with all my pain inside of me and all that, but I choose to believe that. And immediately, Vanita, became a reality at the next week, immediately. And that told me that whatever I place in my mind, I just can make it happen. It's just about to believe. It's about faith. How bad you believe the reality that you want in your life is the one that is gonna manifest. Okay, whatever you place in your mind is gonna manifest, bad or wrong. So you get your free will because God gave a gift to choose the right path, to choose what we really want that is aligned with His heart and His mind. And in those low moments in my life, I choose always to keep going, never throw the towel. Is it, even if I felt it for a moment, like, oh my God, I'm so tired, or I have so much pain. I don't know if I can do this. But at the end of the day, I keep going, And with the vision and the focus there in what I want and who I am and where I'm going. And that kept me like on track. And the fact that you don't stop is the magic, is when the magic happens. In the moment that you say, like, I'm not gonna stop and I'm gonna keep going with the pain, with the uncomfort, with whatever you have in the moment. But when you keep going, Vanita, it's magical. It's like, it's almost like God saying to you, I see your faith. So now I'm gonna do the action for you. I'm gonna open this door. I'm gonna put everything away. I'm gonna move the mountain. I'm gonna, whatever. And in that moment, you realize that bad moments are just temporary and we get stuck because we want. That's it. You get to choose what you want in life. And while it's aligning with God, everything is fine. It's going to be okay.
I love
So
it.
that's basically the practice I've been doing, and I'm still learning, Vanita. I'm telling you, like every time that I have a tough moment and a hard moment, I need to get back to that. And sometimes I can't in the moment. I go to prayer or I talk to my husband, and my husband, get back to me words of faith and in that moment, sometimes it's tough, but you need to practice what you learn. You need to get the knowledge and the wisdom that you get from God, and whatever you learn in life that is positive and serve you, to apply every time that you need when you have those times. Because if not, you are gonna be lost, and we're gonna just throw the towel every time that we have a bad moment or a tough moment. And that's not the way. And as women, we also we God gave us a powerful, essence, and as women, we should be embracing that and say, like, God created us to make things happen, to give a baby life, to raise children, to take care of a husband, to make a business, like, and the mindset that you have is gonna influence your life financially, personally, spiritually, always. So we always need to be, conscious about that and setting the bad moments. I can, because God is with me, and through Christ, I can do everything. Nothing is impossible. So no matter how much I need to struggle in this moment, I'm gonna just keep moving slower, faster, in the middle of, like you go in your own pace, but the important is like you need to keep moving forward.
Okay,
Yeah.
that was very, very amazing. Like I learned a lot from you. I completely understand and I appreciate that it's the hard times, right? When your faith gets really challenged, which is when you have to move ahead.
Yes.
Love it.
Even the tough moments. Yes.
It's true. It happens to all of us, irrespective
Mhm.
of how strong our faith is. It happens that those tests and trials will come, but how we move through those is what really defines us.
Exactly. You
Yeah,
said it very well.
yeah. So I love how you built your personal profile. I love the way you've rebranded. I love your look. You've grown very fast. Tell me a little bit about, what made that decision to build this personal brand. I love it. I'm all for it. I support it. But speak to people who are trying to build their personal brand. How can they do it as well?
Well, I think I've been through different seasons in the way I look and in the way that my Instagram or my social media has been managing, right? I paint myself. But um, I think knowing yourself more and stick to your essence is something very important. Like,
Mm,
what do you like? What do you like? For example, in my case, I'm in love with space. I love the sky, and I love further than this planet. Like, my brain goes crazy, thinking about planets and different worlds and different realities,
yeah,
and stars and this colorful space.
yeah.
So because I'm in love with that, I'm embracing that to my personality, and I'm bringing that to the way I'm dressing, to the way I'm painting myself. So I'm this like galactic,
Wow.
supernatural mover, that is traveling between realities and is just spreading light and art through movement. So I found out that with my time, exploring myself, and also my husband inspired me a lot because when I met my husband and I started working with him, he was very let's say picky. He went to details with his vision and the way he was painting his social media and the way that we were together creating his shows. And I learned through by example how that can be so powerful for an artist, and define yourself in a specific way makes you so unique, can make you so um powerful in a room and in the world. So basically, knowing that you have an essence and you can embrace that and bring into your vision and bring into your brand and bring into to your art and even your daily life, um, is making you unique. And that's the only way to, make you notable, but not in the egotistic way, more in the brighter way, because as an artist I believe that it's powerful when someone's cross your page or someone see you and say like, I know her, she's this girl that dressed, with platinum, and she likes bright things, and she's, this blonde hair, and she's moving in this way or whatever. It's
Yeah,
very powerful. And also, something very important and is connected about mindset is knowing yourself and not competing with anyone or trying to copy anyone.
I
It's
agree.
just connect with your essence. And from there, just compete with yourself, become better and better and better and improve that, and try to be excellent in everything that you do. For example, I like to put out content that is excellent, at least for me, you know,
Yeah,
and,
yeah,
and, and try to try to improve that. Why? Because I'm an artist and I'm a creator, and I want people to see how further I can go with my brain and my feelings just to put it out. And I believe that journey has been teaching me a lot about branding, about myself, about how I can, keep creating art. And it has been a beautiful journey. And I'm still exploring. But I found I can say that I clicked in how I want to picture myself to the
mm.
world.
Very
Yeah.
nice. Very nice, Vanessa. So tell me a little bit about marriage. How did
Yes.
you meet? How did you meet him? Because initially, when we did our last conversation 8 years ago, you were Vanessa Sanquist. Now you're Vanessa Thunder Sanquist. I love the way the name really sort of brings all this power to you. I love it. So
Yeah.
tell me a little bit more.
Yeah, well, what a journey. Now that you said it, I was like passing my life like a movie in front of
Yeah.
me. Yes, I believe, with Joshua has been magical, honestly. He's my treasure from heaven because God placed me in his life, or placed each other in our each other lives, if I can say that in English well.
Yeah.
But literally God was picking me to be his wife and picking him to be my husband. And when God made that decision, changed my entire life, our lives, for way better. Not only as in a personal way, but also as an artist, we complement each other so much,
Hmm.
as a creators. When I met him was literally just for work. He wanted to be with the best, and I owned Millennium in the time. So for him, it was like a dream to work with one of the best dance studios in the world. And I was the owner. So he was like, I'm going to work with you.
Yeah.
And we start like working together, and it was very interesting because, Vanita, when God plays something in your heart, sometimes you don't know what it is, but you get to feel it. now, and it's very powerful. So the first thing that I felt is like this connection with his music that I've never felt before with any type of music.
Oh
Like
wow.
his music was, yeah, was making me feel like supernatural, like connected in a spiritual way. It was
Yeah.
moving, my energy crazy and made me start creating in different ways, like in a very interesting way. So
Wow.
I've noticed that, and when I saw him for the first time in my studio, like because I saw him before that, right? But then when we started like getting together to work, I was observing him dancing and moving and all that, and I was like, this is crazy. Like he has like a little bit of Michael Jackson. I said to myself, and I always was a lover of Michael. I was a huge fan, and I've
Yeah.
always dreamed to work with him one
Oh
day.
wow.
To meet him. And I felt like kind of God gave me my Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
because his talent is incredible. I'm telling
Yeah.
you,
I've
like the
seen him.
world is,
I've his
yeah,
vibe is definitely very Michael. I agree.
yes, and this world, haven't seen yet what he can do. It's still like this is gonna be very interesting. So, when I saw him, I was like, 1 second, like I feel like I'm with Michael Jackson, and I was so excited, and I was putting all my effort to his projects, and I remember that I was like, no hour, no budget, no whatever. I was
Yeah.
like literally doing the work with him because of pure passion and because I
Wow.
really love his art. And then after that, right, just a very short story. We kept connecting, right, through online,
Work. Yeah.
talking and working together and all that. And then after that, I fall in love, right? I fall in love first, and then he realized it later. And then we decided to meet each other after years,
Oh.
personally.
Oh
Yeah,
wow.
when really God was like, that's your husband and you are the one. In that
Wow.
moment when he confirmed that to us with his word through a prophetic word, we were like, okay, we need to meet each other and see what's up.
Oh
So
wow.
we saw each other, and in that moment, he just asked me to marry him. And the interesting part is like he went back to United States again, and I went back to Venezuela, and then we were like planning this wedding super rushed and all that, like we are gonna get ready to get married. So we went to Mexico. We couldn't marry in Mexico. We went to Dominican Republic, and there is when we got married. But the day that we got married was a crazy rain that was like a flood in the entire city, and we
Wow.
almost we almost didn't get married. Like he was like delayed, and I arrived first to the church,
Yeah.
and we were like, "Oh my God, what is that?" It's literally we felt like the demons were like, "You are not gonna make it," and God was like, "You guys are meant to be married."
Yeah.
So, well, we did it. We did it finally, and
Congratulations.
yeah, thank you. It was a very interesting
Congratulations.
story. Like another time, I can call you and I can tell you the details. But it's very interesting, and we realize what God, when God wants something to happen, is gonna happen,
It's gonna happen.
no matter what. It's gonna happen. But he's a he's a beautiful man, and I'm really like proud to be his wife. To and I'm like, you know this is something, Vanita, that I feel like every single person should have when they get in love and they get married. Is like to admire your partner, you know,
Correct.
to 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 find that compliment, and that like, this is my partner for life, and
Yeah.
not only for the personal, but also like I have fun training with him, dancing with him, creating with him, willing so well, and that only can be built by God. And but yeah, has been beautiful, beautiful.
Very nice. Congratulations. So happy for you. And I'm happy you
Thank you.
guys found each other. So, Vanessa, you are obviously someone who's incredibly intentional with everything you put your name to. I love the way that you sort of think about everything. Obviously, I founded Labate London. For me, it's sustainability and me wanting to make the change. But what is it that resonated for you that you chose to collaborate with Labonte?
I believe it was that I mentioned that you guys wanted to change the world because now it's more like, let's say, let's use the word trending, right?
Yeah,
Now it's more trending to do it, but
correct.
in that, exactly. But in that time, because I became vegetarian and then vegan, and I was like having this sensitivity for animals because through my
Yes,
sister, I learned all those things, right? So
yes,
I didn't want to like to be part of the suffering of the animals in the entire
correct.
world. I wanted to be part of something powerful. And I said to myself, because my sister told me, like, Vanessa, the more you link with brands and the products that you get in your house, are aligned with what you are living because you are not eating animals. So you are gonna make an impact, right?
It's true.
So in that moment, I was like, why not? Why not support a brand that wants to make what I want to do, to
Yeah,
make a change in the world, to make the less damage to the world,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
To live in more link with love and compassion and kindness. So because you guys were doing that, I found it interesting and I found it like so beautiful that I was like, if God is putting me with this brand to link and to do it, I'm gonna do it because we are aligned with the vision
Mhm.
of the type of life and the type of world we want to create.
Yes.
And basically it was that.
And I love it because when you spoke about how you manifested few things in your life, I've also sort of worked on the same path, and we are now in Nordstrom. I waited, I think, over 5 years or 7 years for that to happen. And Vanessa, I will tell you that
Wow.
all the people I met before this were roadblocks, and then finally we're now in Nordstrom, and it was direct. It wasn't through via anybody. It was direct because a lot of agencies and consultants were trying to pitch us, but it happened naturally and organically. And
Naturally.
like you said, it's like that grace which just comes from above and just sort of takes over because it's the right thing for the planet, it's the right thing for the environment. It's grace. You're absolutely bang
Exactly,
on by it.
because you guys are doing the right thing, and because God sees that at
That's
some
right.
point it's gonna bloom.
Yes,
It's a seed that you guys planted, and
yes,
now it's giving fruits. So you
correct.
guys have like a, let's say, a fruitful brand
That's right. And
that
we
is
have something,
aligned with God's will.
yes, I appreciate that. So you have also, as we're sort of coming to the end, Vanessa, you have founded
Yes.
the VTS method. I want you to tell people what the VTS method is and what is it that you are able to really bring forward through that method.
Well, basically, BTS method is something that I developed through years doing my training because I've been involved in different type of trainings in my life. My mom, since I was little, she put us like in tennis and gymnastics, and then plus the dancing, and then fitness, and then I became step instructor, spinning instructor, TRX instructor. So I got so many certification, and I explore so many fields of sports and movements that I
Correct.
was like, okay, so I'm gonna use this and this and that to
Mhm.
train myself, right?
Yeah.
And then I got to do a few years kickboxing formally, and I got the blue belt in kickboxing, and I figure out how powerful is when you get to mix all that
Mhm.
knowledge of training and movement in one training, in one session. And basically, VTS method is that is my method to train myself that has been serving me so many years, that is working because it's keeping my body on shape, is keeping my body slim and healthy, and also is giving to me enough skills to maintain the rhythm of my work as a dancer.
Mhm.
So it's given to me more coordination, equilibrium, balance, strength, resistance, all those things, and it's incredible because you never get bored because the key
Mm.
of the training it's like to switch all the time and make it fun, and mix it with mix like kickboxing a little bit, cardio kickboxing with dancing, and then you go to Pilates, and then you get to lift weights a little bit, and then you get
Wow.
to, do a little bit of jazz moves or ballet. So it's a mix
How
of
fun.
everything that I've been learning in one session. And it's
How fun.
really fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really fun and it's really effective and also can be adaptable for everyone. It's like, okay, I'm going to do this level of class because I have an injured or or I have certain age or
Yeah.
I have overweight. So
Yeah.
yeah, basically it's a method that I developed, putting
Mm.
all that knowledge together through 35 years to train not only people that is not inside of the entertainment industry, but also to artist development.
Yeah.
To get the artist in the stage that they can really perform in a powerful way and look
Nice.
clean and polished. Yeah,
Nice. Nice. So you're saying it's adaptable to people who might be a bit older, even, or might
yes,
be overweight, so that you're able to adapt it to different circumstances and
different circumstances. Yes,
still achieve the
and even
results
levels.
yeah, and bring you
Yes,
back
and
to
even
like,
levels.
yeah, energy and slim body. Yeah, that's, I think, what you're able to do. Guys, if
Yes,
anybody has seen Vanessa dancing and how powerful she is and how she moves, I think that really will tell you that she is going to be able to achieve that in the most beautiful, easy way. Um,
gloria a Dios.
yeah. So before we get into the rapid fire round, what does the rest of 2026 look like for you? What is it, your vision?
Well, my vision is one of the first vision that I want to get right now is to get my platform
Mm,
established. I'm
mm,
building it right now, and I
yeah.
believe by the end of this month or beginning of the next month, I'm gonna get it done with
Very
an
nice.
app and everything. Yes, so I want to get my platform working and running around the world. So everyone that wants to, to get to train with me and learning dancing or even get on shape, they can do it through the page, right? That's one of the first goals. And then the second goal is to get with my husband to United States back. I'm waiting for the confirmation of my, papers and all
Mm,
that. So I can get back to the place that I belong, literally,
yeah.
because I do believe that that's the market. And from there, build my older brand that I have. I have
Mm,
another brand. This is officially um, I'm telling you right now for the first time, like publicly. I have another brand that calls Woos, which means wake up sleeping soul,
oh,
right?
wow.
And yes, and that brand is gonna be connected with fashion and
Mm,
skincare and makeup, more to that side,
nice.
but it's gonna link with my work and with the VTS method, and it's gonna be like a, like a niche, let's say that, like a little thing that is gonna, click on it. And I really want to go hard with that because as much as I love my work and I forever, I'm gonna do music videos and choreographies and tours and all that forever, till God decided. I really want to embrace my brand and to make it happen because I grew up seeing my mom as a businesswoman. So I really want to achieve that by the end of this year, God willing. Of course, is God's will and God's timing. But I'm doing as much as I can, which is in my hands, and I believe that in the right time, I'm gonna, make it happen. But the other thing is to, master myself. This
Yes.
year, I want to master myself physically and mentally and emotionally. I want to get the best version of myself to go further than that. Like really, I want to quantum jump this year. I've been learning a lot from my husband that has been, learning a lot of quantum jumps and, manifestation and all that, linking with God's word. And I believe that if I, locked in and I put myself in discipline and I apply intentionally what I has been learning plus my training and all that, I do believe that I can quantum jump this year and become in every way a crazy version of myself. So I believe
Love
that I
it.
want that, but not also for myself. I
Love it.
also want through the example that I'm gonna give to the world, I want to inspire other people to
Very
do it
nice.
in the same way. Yeah. So that's my
I
goal
love
for this
it.
year.
I love it. I love your choice of words. I love everything. Vanessa, thank you. We will now go to the last section, which is a rapid fire round. So you have to respond quickly, okay? It's not thinking
All
about it.
right.
You need to go fast and quick. Okay.
Okay.
One word to describe how you feel when you dance.
Oh, supernatural.
Oh, love that. The first thing you do in the morning to protect your energy.
Mm. I think to keep it slow is very simple. Just to try, no matter how rushed I am, to keep it slow, so I
Nice.
can get my mind present.
Correct. Very nice. Okay, big structured handbag or a hands-free crossbody bag or a backpack.
A big bag handbag.
A big bag. Okay. One historical icon or celebrity you absolutely would love to work with.
Is not alive anymore, Michael Jackson.
Ah, I
and,
knew
and
that.
and the other one became a dream, my husband. So
Oh, there
that's
you
it.
go. How sweet. If your creative energy was a color, what color would it be?
White platinum.
Very nice. The best piece of advice you have ever been given.
Hmm. Trust God with all your heart.
Not so amazing. Okay, guys. So where can everyone find you? And if someone is watching right now who wants to work with you, where do they go?
Well, for now, in my Instagram, I have my links there in my bio, so everyone can find everything there. My website, my email, everything that they need is just in my bio and on Instagram. And through there, you can go to other platforms.
Very nice. Thank you, Vanessa. Everybody go and follow Vanessa. She's doing amazing work. And her all her dancing and her VTS method sound fantastic. So bless you, Vanessa. Thank you so much for
Beautiful.
joining. And I'm very, very
Vanita,
grateful that you're a Labate supporter.
yeah, I just want to say before you go, I'm thankful for, God placed you in my path, and you are a beautiful woman of light, and I've always felt it. So I thank you, and I feel honored for considering me part of your journey and your brand. And I wish you all the blessings for real. I wish you the best because you are doing an incredible job, beautiful job, and for you in a personal way too. Thank you
Oh,
so much.
thank you, Vanessa. Thank you so much. God bless you as well.
Well,
Thank you.
God
Take
bless
care.
you too. Bye.
Okay, babe. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.